Sure, Asher thought to himself. Let's sleep in this accursed choking tower for the evening. What could possibly go wrong? He takes off his hat and looks, as he always does, at the inside of it. He knows the letter is still there, though he doesn't know what good it would do now. Still, a smile crosses his lips as he remembers he might finally get to deliver it soon. For tonight, however, his companions have decided to rest in the only lab they've found without a corpse inside it. Thankfully, he was exhausted, and despite the troublesome accommodations, he soon drifted to sleep. Sleep brought rest to the body, but after so many days, the nightmares made it less and less appealing. Would Long Dreamer be phased at all? Best not to think on it. There's a long, terrifying moment when the nightmares have him back at the mining camp, back at Perdition. He sees his friends for just a brief moment as he's dragged helplessly into the wall, and the creature leaves him there without light, without air, without hope. He dreams of the sickening sound of Vargas getting his head crushed in with a piece of metal scrap. He can smell the awful stench of burnt Yosoki hair and charred flesh from the fireball trap that killed Alwyn and almost killed Brixby right here, in this very tower. He couldn't save either of them. Could he save his friends the next time? Even in these nightmares, he cried out to Caldera for solace. His goddess of luck would surely save him, wouldn't she? Or would his luck finally run out? This is Pod Against the Machine.
Pod Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play podcast, a little swanky right in the goo cube, and that definitely isn't the 6th time I've said that. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Can't wait till we're still doing this in 300 years, and you can just say, welcome to Pod Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder podcast.
An episode 14 special. Yep, still going.
Nargant me right in my Haravex. Hello.
Future words.
Well, speaking of narganing people in their Harovexes, previously on the program, the party met up with a worm that walks, with a name that's already been said twice in this episode. It was evil, but he wanted to be let out, and he said, like, I hate Furkashoud, you hate Furkashoud, let's be hating Furkashoud buddies. The party said no, and he said, well, I do have a goo cube, and the party was like, still no, and they left, so he tried to kill, was it Alwyn? He tried to kill Alwyn?
Yeah. He tried to kill Alwyn. You
just
always
a little
try
bit.
to kill Alwyn.
Just a little trying to kill Alwyn right at the end there.
Brix tried to steal it
Sure.
and failed.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Brix also tries to kill Halloween.
No,
No,
we don't
Brix succeeds
admit
in
that
killing
on
Alwyn.
radio.
Oh, no.
He fared better than the last evil creature that tried to convince us to team up with it against its former boss, which I believe got a chainsaw in the face and died in a round and a half. So things are looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's still trapped forever in the basement with his goo
Everything's
cube.
coming up Nargan.
He's happy enough down there. He's got his worms to play with, though they are part of him. After that, the party went over, checked out the next room, and discovered a lock. a lock the likes of which had never been seen because it was controlled by nanites and had all these canisters in it that looked like maybe it needed some sort of nanite cocoons to come alive and fill it up with that good nanite juice so that it could be unlocked. So the party decided, all right, we're going to go get some nanites. So they doubled back to the Temple of Xiphus, grabbed some nanites, then marched their way up and up and up and up and up, grabbed another pack of nanites out of the stairway, and then they're like, well, there's got to be one more somewhere. They found their way onto the 6th floor, I believe, where they found a foundry, not to be confused with the foundry, or the foundry. It's a different foundry, where there were some riot suppressor robots and some Azers. And the riot suppressor robots were like, hey, we're going to swank you. And the Azers were like, we're just kind of here. But a fight ensued, during which Brixby started talking to the Azers and discovered that, yeah, they don't want to fight, but they kind of have to on account of their being commanded by these riot suppressor robots. And the riot suppressor robots rushed in and knocked Asher unconscious. They've beaten Kira up pretty good. She's currently flanked by 2 of them. And the Azers have been no help to anyone, really. Just kind of flapping their hammers. And we're still in initiative. We're actually, I think, right at the top of the order with... no, we're not at the top of the order because an Azer and a riot suppressor robot already went, but we're on Brixby's turn. Approximately.
All right. And Brixby's going to take a 5-foot step to the south to occupy the same square as his friend Alwyn. And he is going to make a full attack against Blue. Melee monster returns. I'm going to doom myself saying that. Oh, that's a critical threat. But that's only a 10 to confirm. The 2 off the die.
10 does not confirm, but you still got a hit.
Excellent. So... -1 on that one, so that's a 2. And then our... Yeah. And then that's 17 more points of sneak attack there. And then he's going to attempt to hit with his tail blade. And that is only a 9 on the die for a 12.
That will not hit, but it seems like you did a pretty good chunk of damage on Blue, and it doesn't look well.
Excellent. All right, and that is the end of Brixby's turn.
All right, Kira, you're in a rage. You're surrounded by riot-suppressing robots. What you gonna do? Just lay down your weapon and start forging things, I assume?
Win some, you lose some. All right, I'm going to move out of the way for no reason in particular. Just, I like to step around. Sorry, just gonna find that map again. Let's move. I'm gonna 5-foot step north. And I can still reach both red and blue from here. You said blue is looking pretty beat up. Red is fine.
Red is less beat up, but still kind of beat up.
Cool. All right, let's go for blue then. That is not good. That's a 7 on the die for... I'm in the wrong thing. This is great. This is going so well. I will edit this episode and cut out all of this talking. 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Whichever one I just said. Great. That is 10, 13, and 20, 33 points of damage at blue. With
Blue
the
goes down.
chainsaw damage. Bye, blue.
Blue has been chainsawed to death.
Great. Well, I only took a 5-foot step, so am I good to just keep attacking red? Do a quick swift
can.
pivot?
Rules nowhere.
Great. Gonna do that. Let's try. Oh, that's worse than last time. That's a 5 on the die. Or a 20. Dirty, filthy 20.
Filthy 20 will not hit.
20 will not do it. All right.
That's disgusting 20.
It's just a nasty 20.
It's the grossest.
Although I'm hasted, so I should be able to. One more time.
got one
Let's
more.
see if this one. Hey, that's a 20. An actual 20. A real live 20.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Crit.
So we're going to roll again and see if that confirms. And that's a 19 on the die to confirm. Whoop woo. I'm going to be 5 minutes late to these every time. So let me roll this in the other guy so it does the math for me. Rolling. Nope, 6. D, 6, not 66. Plus 40. 63 points of damage at red. How's red looking?
How many points of damage was that?
63?
63.
63. That's 66 plus 40.
That's a lot of damage, and red also goes crongeling to the ground.
We'll all be on the ground together soon, guys. Don't worry about it.
This is not very nice. They were winning a minute ago.
Remember that?
Oh, man. They were so happy.
Here to destroy happiness.
I think that'll take us to Alwyn.
Okay, Alwyn, as a swift action, twists his wrist on the opposite arm from the one that he has the wind wand in, popping out his almost empty wand of lightning bolt, which is going to be slightly less impressive now that he's only hitting one enemy with it instead of 3, but it should still be super effective against these guys. So I'm firing it in a straight line directly in front of me, and that one robot that is still alive needs to make a reflex save.
I don't like it. I definitely have stat blocks here that I can utilize in order to get a 16.
Okay, that is a pass on this because it's the wand's DC, not mine. So that is 10, 13... Ooh, a lot of 5s. Wow. 4 5s and a 3. So that is 23, so half of that would be rounded down 11. Which hopefully will double because it's a robot, or at least be 1.5.
It is 1.5 because of their vulnerability, so what was the number again?
60.
It was 11 after it was
Okay,
halved
so
because
16
of that.
in total. Alright. So that's...
It's his turn.
Alright. The robot will remember that. Asher, having a nice snooze over there.
Yep.
Well, the brave little Azers, now that things seem like they're going pretty well for them, Yellow is gonna rush on down around Green and is gonna, with the flank, take a little swing with a Masterwork Warhammer.
Weird they weren't using those against us.
That's, even with the flank, not gonna hit. Very sad. Let's see, this robot is dead, so next Azer. Next Azer already has the flank. It's gonna swing that. Yep, still not hitting. These guys are not good at fighting. Now, the Riot Suppressor robot is mad. Riot Suppressor robot is going to suppress some rioters. Gonna full attack with that Masterwork Warhammer non-lethal majigger that it's got. Natural 20, going after purple.
Oh no.
Poor guys.
Confirmed crit on purple. Purple is unconscious from a non-lethal swank. Now it's gonna...
All that Azer wanted to do was aspire to greatness.
Sure did. And now its buddy is going to get swamped. Yeah, that'll hit. So... also unconscious. And then it's going to pull out the integrated stun gun that it can also use as part of a full attack, and it's going to take a shot at Kira. That is a 15 to hit touch.
I'm pretty sure that works. I've got a cat in the way. Just a second. Excuse me. Let's see. 15 against touch. Sure will hit.
And on the blur, 88.
That's above a 20.
So that is 3 non-lethal damage.
That is just enough to best 2, which is how many non-lethal hit points? I don't know exactly how to say that. She's unconscious.
Wow, and probably the turn of all turns. This one riot suppressor robot knocks out 3 combatants.
3? Oh, right, 3.
2 Azers and a Kira.
Yeah, that's fine.
The orange Azer, I think, is gonna throw his hammer instead of stepping up to this unstoppable beast. He's gonna draw a light hammer off his belt and he's gonna give that a throw. And miss. Just pings right off of this unstoppable robot shield. The robot cannot ever be defeated. It is the greatest robot in the history of the world. So, Brixby, you're up. Do you surrender?
I mean, in the face of such a glorious robot, you would think. But even with a 20 intelligence, he's just not smart enough to give up. So he is going to make a little gun motion with his fingers, considering this guy is not in combat at all with anybody. And, not going to paste the rules to that in there. Instead, I'm going to paste this. So that is a 17 versus touch.
A 17 versus touch will hit.
Excellent. And a 20 versus touch will also hit.
Sure
So
will.
I'm going to... this is first Scorching Ray. This is second Scorching Ray. So that is 13 and 12, respectively.
Alright, the hardness does protect it from some of that scorchy doodle.
I assumed.
Alright. Well, that's gonna... I guess it doesn't really bring us to Kira, because she's unconscious. Though, she is fast healing, so is she right back up?
Oh, hang on. Does that still work when you're unconscious? That's fantastic.
Well, don't
Yeah,
you
it
have
does.
the thing where you stay raging while you're out?
Yep, sure do. Hang on. That might be enough.
Raging Vigor. Also, can everybody still hear me? Just
92.
to check.
Yes.
Okay, I switched back to the one that has my filter on, so you guys won't hear me typing.
Great news. Kira is right back up. She still looks like she has 1 non-lethal hit point available to her, but you know what? It's enough.
Unfortunately, she is prone and has dropped all of her weapons, and they all fell down the stairs and
Just
into the furnace.
Tore her
Except for the
shirt.
one that went directly into the
Crushed
chest of the guy who
Kingsley.
was otherwise going to help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this, I can never remember. I use my move to stand.
Yeah.
Move to stand. Okay. So I'm going to stand, and then I can't move, so I'm not going to attack. Which is heartbreaking.
You can
I
pick
guess
your
that's...
weapon up
You
with
could
another.
use your... Yeah, you could also use your action to go into total defense and add 4 to your AC. I know it's not a very Kira
You have a
thing,
gauntlet,
but you could
right?
preserve yourself a little bit.
Don't you have a gauntlet? Like you
Yeah.
were using in the Zill fight?
I do. Yeah, but I thought I can't move.
Oh, you can't still move and then also hit. You don't have the
Got it. Okay, so
extra
it's-
economy for that, I don't think.
No,
Okay,
Because
so
you're not adjacent to it. If you were, you could punch it. But
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay,
you
so I'll
can
just
draw a weapon.
Looking at the wrong token.
yeah, I'll pick up my weapon and call it a day.
All right, Alwyn.
Alwyn has 8 of these left to make me a reflex save.
This is not very nice. How does a 13 sound?
13 beats it exactly. So it's still going to be half.
It can never be
4,
stopped.
2, so that's 10. Another 4 and another 2, so it's 14, 15, 16, so 8 damage, so 12 damage.
All right. Still
And that's
up,
why you
still
call it
totally
Pathfinder.
unstoppable. All right, consider yourself suppressed. Asher, no turn. Take that Azer out of the turn order. That Azer out of the turn order. We're back up to our dear friend, who is going to take a 5.
Oh, wait, hang on. What kind of action it is for me to channel? I was going to do that. I forgot.
It's a standard.
Oh, it is a standard, so I couldn't do it and fire. Okay, yeah. So never mind. Cut that out.
All right, the riot suppressing juggernaut is going to take a 5-foot step forward and swank Kira. That is a lot. It's a 33.
Really should have done that preservation thing, but I have all the self-preservation of a teenager. 33 is so good.
41 on the blur.
Classic.
That is going to be 23 non-lethal.
23? That's so many non-lethal.
That's actually max non-lethal.
Oh,
So you should be happy about that as you go
Thank
back
you.
down.
Yep, right on back. Kira stands up and then lays back down.
And then it's gonna fire a stun gun at I guess it's gonna fire at Alwyn, right? Alwyn's been lightning it.
Alwyn has done nothing to it.
That is 19 versus touch.
19 against touch? Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. I was going to say, regular I see him
non-lethal
good, but
damage.
not touch. How much?
2 non-lethal.
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
A little bit different from the 23.
Oh, wait, I just gave myself 2 lethal damage.
And it's done. The Azer is gonna pick his big hammer back up and look nervously at the both of you, hoping that you got something to stop the unstoppable robot. Brixby's up.
So Brixby at this moment is going to kind of harken back mentally to a time that we were pretty desperate. And his friend, who is reclining on the stairs behind him, was so brave. And that was when we were facing Marrow in Scrapwall. And that friend was Asher. I mean, everybody's brave, but in that moment it was very much Ashman. So he's going to think about that awful book that he took from Marrow and the spell that he learned from her and the thing that Alwyn just did. And he's going to take a 5-foot step forward. And he's going to crush a little glass rod with some fur, and with emotion, he is going to cast his own lightning bolt because he is very concerned about how this is going to go. Even if it is a level 3 spell on like 13 remaining hit points, it's still worth it. So roll me a reflex save.
Natural 2, only a 6 on the reflex save.
All righty then. Let's go. And it's 29 points of... There's a lot of ones in there, but there's some 5s, so it evens out. Yeah, 29 points on my 9d6.
Well,
And
with the vulnerability to electricity, that is the end of Green's reign of terror.
Woo!
Hooray.
Congratulations, you done it.
Brixby's going to turn to the remaining Azer and say, "Drag your friends over here, towards the pale one."
Yeah, and
And
Alwyn will move a little over here so we can kind of put everybody around him in a circle.
Yeah, he'll nod and bring over his buddy. Now
Maybe
everybody's all
might feel
piled
like
up at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, that's actually not terrible. So he puffs out his little baby channel and does 5 points of healing to everybody.
Woo!
And so that heals a point of lethal and non-lethal for each. Is that right? So 5 and 5.
Yes, yeah, everything,
Yes.
every magical source that heals lethal also heals non-lethal.
Well, that was all Asher needed to be one more health than he has non-lethal. And he coughs, his hat fallen over his face, and he'll stand.
Then we win. Yeah. Now, take a ride on the dragon, eh?
Oh, wait, we have non-spoiled space drugs, don't we?
We do.
I mean, it's dealer's. I mean, it's your choice. It's really like we could. Are you feeling like you need to unwind a bit?
Jeff the player laughs. Asher just kind of smiles. Weakly, he feels miserable. But he will just draw out the non-expired space drug gun and say,
I
"Well,
also,
start here."
Ellen will pipe up real quick. If we aren't planning on doing too much more adventuring today, I have healing still available, and he does have level 1 and level 2 healing spells if we want to use that before using the consumable health. It just depends on how much longer we're gonna explore this place, because he's got other things that are the same spell level.
I think this is probably our last fight, especially because Big Stuff is still down.
Yeah.
I have like an okay amount of spells, but I also got all those tasty spells
Yeah,
today.
well, maybe I'll start doing cures on her then while you inject Asher, because she's down way more.
If you just want to roll for yourself, Asher, because I know you have that on your sheet.
Yeah, can do.
Pause for healing.
So it's 27. Well, I guess that would be, yeah. It's probably, well, it'd be like 3 rounds at that point if there's 3 casts. So
Oh, okay. If there's 3 rounds, then hang on.
No.
Any second now. All right, I'm up.
Yeah, and you got another 40 from me from those
Oh,
3
that's so
rolls.
many. Thank you. 40. That brings me up.
Out of level 2 oracle spells.
The Azers are all conscious at this point. They're kind of checking on each other, but the one orange who seems to kind of be the leader of them says,
We thank all of you for destroying, I guess would be the word, our imprisoners. We've been trapped here for a very long time.
And Brixby will be translating. So from here on in, you know, when people participate in this conversation, just assume it's going through me because I don't want to, you know, dominate this or anything. But
Yeah, because there's
Anybody have any questions?
Ignan.
Ignan, yeah.
yeah.
Who brought you here, and what have they had you do?
We were brought by the wizard, the dead one. The Fergus
Have to narrow
Shout.
it down more than that.
Years ago, he summoned us from the plane of fire, and we've been trapped in here building parts for, I don't even know, the various machines, whatever they order us to do, for years.
Was he dead when he first summoned you here?
No, he was alive. That was he was definitely alive. He died a long time ago, though.
Do you know how?
No,
They sort of exchange a look.
we've only been in here. We just knew he would come in as a living wizard very rarely, and then one day he started coming in as a ghost. mostly lost interest in us after he was dead, though.
Just trying to imagine them like screwing with him, being like, "Did you get a haircut? Something different."
Something seems off about you, Fergus.
We've been slimming down.
You're almost transparent.
Get some sunlight, my guy.
I'm trying to think if he himself has referenced being dead or not yet.
I don't know that he's brought it up to all of you.
Yeah.
Probably not.
He seems to be aware of his ability to go through walls and floors and ceilings, so he may not be talking about
it. He did a
it.
really good job at casting particulate form on himself.
You know,
Yeah, he
I
might
guess,
just be a super good wizard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
It's not
Flash.
necessarily like CrossFit where he just talks about it all the time.
Can you tell us anything about this room besides the means and materials to make these parts? Is there anything in here that we should know about?
Brixby's gonna detect magic. Wham.
And there doesn't seem to be anything really magic in the room. It looks like the furnace itself is incredibly hot. Like if you touch it, you'll get burned. If any of the pipes were to be opened, it'd be even worse. But mostly it's just used in here for keeping the forge hot so they can smelt various different parts. And it looks like they sort of just build whatever they've been ordered to by the robots.
Like all these couches,
Yeah,
which I know other
couches
furnaces,
mostly.
but
Metal couches, which is not practical at all. But
yeah, for the people at home, the grates for the furnaces look like armchairs.
well, you know, when you're a robot, you need a metal couch. Where else
You know,
are you gonna rest?
If we have other, Asher's got one.
No, I was spoiling things by getting back in character. Sincere apology.
No, I was about to say, do we have any other questions? And you beat me to it.
When we were downstairs in the tower, we saw schematics for all kinds of things. A large scorpion-like creature, what looked like a tank for some sort of synthetic person. Have you been involved in any of those parts? Have you seen any large scorpion robots or mechanical sort of people? Just didn't know if those were relevant.
Well, the mechanical people like the gearsmen and like these robots that were keeping us prisoner, and there are like they usually are up above. There's like wizard robots too. They're mostly in charge these days. But I no scorpions, nothing like that. I don't think.
Wizard
think we
robots,
know.
you say?
Oh
Wizard
yeah,
robots.
wizard robots.
You know, in our exploration, we've even come across some. They're not quite robots. They're androids. Some tried to kill us under a town. Have you seen any of those in this tower? I just want to know what to be prepared for.
No androids. There used to be like living people here, like mostly humans, I think, but I think they're all gone, or at least none of them have come on this floor, basically since Fergus died. But no androids that I know of.
Friends, I hate to ask this of you, but we have been adventuring all day, and this is clearly a very dangerous place. Would you be willing to assist us in keeping watch for one rest before returning home?
Well, number one, yeah, we could keep watch for you, but you know, there's the ghost, right? He can. I mean, we're not gonna be able to stop him if he comes here. But also, as far as returning home goes, you don't happen to have like a plane shifting kind of kind of deal with you. Just hanging out, maybe.
I mean, is it a level 5 spell? And then he like assesses how much XP the other 2 Azers would be and how much it would take for us to hit level 10. It's like,
How badly do you want to go home?
no, I'm kidding. I mean, the other option, I guess, for everybody is that we could just go outside, right?
Yeah.
We could. I have a dimension door still.
Yes.
So I can dimension door us out of this building so we can just sleep outside, which would probably save us any fricas situation.
But yet, sadly, we don't know any of that sort of magic per se. I found Fergus's books, and I found the sort of spell that binds an outsider here, but nothing that dismisses it to its native plane. We may know someone who could, and when we leave, we'd be willing to try to help. But if you'd like to also, go on your own, you can. You're as free as you can be on this plane.
So, well, we could just walk out of here. Like nothing's gonna murder us if we just go.
The only thing that we know of for sure between here and the front door is possibly Zoud, but he doesn't seem to show up very often. If you're quick, you should be able to get out fine. We kind of already took care of everything else.
We could all just walk together. We could just leave together. I mean, we don't have
we
to
can
dimension
try to
door
walk
out
out
of
the
here.
front door, and you can just get ready to boof us if he shows up.
Yeah, I would.
Poof and abandon the Azers.
Asher would
Yeah,
say
I'll ready an
kind of-
action to shove one of them in front of us, and he'll ready the action to boof us. Oh, sorry.
Just while we're, if we're all in agreement to start heading down, Asher would just sort of chat and let them know that there's a town that probably the closest settlement I believe to here is Eidenvey, and they're not super welcoming to even like humanoids, like other like humans who live outside of their town, so maybe not heading there if they're wanting a warm welcome.
Not mechanical outsiders, let alone, or literal outsiders, let alone mechanical outsiders.
Yeah.
There it is.
Xenophobes, they're very afraid of warrior princesses.
But there is a moth. And if you want to endear yourself to Long Dreamer, maybe they'll take you on an adventure.
Yeah, Long Dreamer probably has plane shift. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, with all the other crazy stuff they have related to like dreams and astral projection and all that weird junk.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, it feels like something a creature like that would have.
But I suppose we'll walk out unless anybody has any other questions for the fire dwarves.
I think Kira would look over as she stands up again, look over the group. Do you guys want to hang out with us? Just like a quick camp night? So you're safe and we're, we have company?
Yeah, we could totally hang out. I mean, you guys seem cool. You're definitely cooler than like the robots with the hammers and everything. So, I suppose that's a low bar, but yeah, we'll totally hang out if you'll have us. I mean, you rescued us, and
The three of them kind of exchange a look, and then the lead one will he'll pick up his little hammer that he threw off the ground and put that back on his belt and sort of offer up his bigger hammer, which is the head of it is like silver. And he'll go
we don't really have much, but if you would take this sort of token of our appreciation for saving us.
Kira grabs the head of the hammer and shakes it.
Bites
Agreed.
it like it's an old piece of...
Real silver.
Is it authentic? I guess, even though I don't really want to take their stuff, can we just detect magic? Is it magical?
Plus 5 Ghost Bane Dwarven
No, if that's the
Warhammer.
case.
Turns out they're
Maybe.
all carrying
Smasher.
hammers of thunderbolts.
I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of Asher and his love of the hammer.
Also, don't we have hammers from those dead robots? I know the other time we fought those, they left hammers.
Yeah, they've got masterwork hammers, and I want to say...
I think the guns were part
heavy
of them.
steel shields.
Oh, that's right, they had shields, yeah.
Yeah, we'll swoop those masterwork hammers for the selling for sure. The masterwork silver hammer, I mean, I know they're just an NPC, and whatever, but I personally just feel like they can keep their hammer because they're kind of they're like locked on this plane. I don't know. I mean,
We don't need their stuff. I think, so that's
Yeah, I
Kira
kinda
reaches
feel
out
bad
and
taking
shakes
it,
the
too.
hammer like it's a hand, and then just kind of gently pushes it back toward them. Like, we don't want these. And like that.
It's not that we don't appreciate it, but after all you've been through, you don't owe us any of your belongings, meager as they are. Maybe it'll help you get home if you have to sell it or something.
You guys are poor. Kira doesn't say that.
we're gonna get on the next floor, and there's just gonna be masking tape over that like lab 7, and it's just gonna be like lycanthrope research, and we're like, wait, come back, please. So that's the only use of it. It's kind of a crappy. Like,
Well, I'm assuming
material
it's to
for your
like
stuff to
sell
be made out
because it's made out of solid silver and it probably weighs like 30 pounds.
of. Yeah. But maybe they want to. If this is the most valuable thing you have, you might have to amass some more. With your natural skills, probably work in a forge to eventually pay to get back to the plane if we can't help you, or our moth friend. But yeah,
Well-
you should keep it.
Well, we're certainly always willing to work if you know any, like foundries or forges or anything that might need some strong hands.
If we can think of a
Oh
place,
man,
we will
do
let you
we?
know.
So, to Long Dreamer's Cave, just a little star wipe.
Yeah,
Yep,
Starlight.
Star Wipe.
Spinning bat signal.
No
Furcus
Zouds
does
showing
not,
up or anything.
Murder all of you on the way out. You get to walk down the stairs. By now, your legs have got to be all total rubber. This is like 30 flights of stairs at least.
Yeah, we do pass him. He just decides not to murder us.
Yeah.
He's
on
in
a
a robe and
cigarette
has
break.
his cup of coffee.
He's just drinking an Ensure, and it's like, maybe tomorrow, guys.
Waiting for his skull buddies to reset all those traps. How many days do we have left on that? Like at least
For
one
Deer
more, I
Ghosts?
think. Yeah. Wasn't it like a minimum of 3 or something? I'm trying to remember what we've rolled on that.
I want to say it was like 2d8, but I mean, you don't know how many
Yeah.
days.
I'm just trying to think what the minimum was.
I think the minimum I think was 2,
2.
but the maximum was like 12. So
So we might have to start being careful tomorrow.
Right, so we're taking a nap. Everyone's taking a nap.
Yes.
all right, everyone going down for the night in the comfort of Long Dreamer's glade in the forest. There,
Is
where
anyone...
everyone gets?
Sorry. Just trampled you. I thought you were finished like a fool.
Go for it.
I just wanted to see if anybody wasn't topped off health-wise and wouldn't get there through resting. I've got, a lay on hands left.
I have a question that may be of interest to our listeners. Who can say? I've healed up all of my lethal damage, so I'm full up there, but I still have a bunch of non-lethal.
All of the stuff that I did healed the non-lethal.
Right.
And I think your fast healing would also have gotten rid of it. Or
Yeah,
however
but I
much
still
fast healing you did.
so I'm full up on
Okay.
lethal damage. It's just I still have there's like 15 points of non-lethal left.
Which is about what I have. That doesn't. No, that heals at the same rate as regular, doesn't it? It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was
all
going
go
to
away.
ask. If it does it only heal if you are also healing lethal damage, or does it continue healing on its own? Does that make sense?
It'll heal when you
Yeah.
sleep, but I think it's still 1/1 with lethal, right? So we're only going to
Yeah,
heal
it'll
our
still just
level
be your
back.
level.
Yeah.
Just level. Okay, cool. So then
So
I can
I
probably use
have
like one.
I have 4 more level 1 cure spells, so I'm gonna hit you and I each with one of those.
Let's see if Hero
Awesome.
Lab will
I'll take the
even-
crappy one. That goes up to max is 5. Oh, also, I'm a level. Not that. Oh. I'm a level 6. Oh, so Kira, you actually got 3 more health back than you actually did from me the first time. And that time you just got another 12, and I got 6. And we'll do one more for me because you'll heal overnight with what's left on that. And that'll do me.
All right. Well, after a long day of exploring the tower, including gotta be 5 floors of it, plus a basement, fighting blobs and smogs and all sorts of good stuff, everybody settles in for a night's sleep, and Long Dreamer will keep watch, and Azers will take watches, so everything is nice and easy for everyone. And as you sleep, everybody levels up.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That means I gotta
Yay.
switch sheets and then take away the non-lethal on the new one.
Ah, good thing I just did this.
Oh, okay. You don't level up, but everyone else does.
Aw.
So,
Oh, this is...
who wants to roll for HPs? Who's taking our first quad class?
I can roll
Okay,
for some
quad.
HPs.
All right.
Let me make sure my flat. All right, here we go. Ready? Ooh, that's a 10.
Oh, nice. I did not get a 10, so
Never
got
die.
it. That's absurd.
It's
Kira definitely
fantastic.
didn't need that. Any fun stuff Kira picks up at level 10?
Maybe a couple spells. Maybe a couple spells. Who can say? I don't know. You know, maybe those,
That good,
yeah. That's what I'll say for now. Just maybe some spells. Who can say? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I will. Sure. I'm doing another arcane trickster, so that's a D6 Rooney. It's a 3 on the die for me.
3 on the die as well, so that's a 4 for you.
Yay! That's not bad. Thank you. Just kind of it's an okay level. It's just, I'll get another thing, sneak attack, and also level 5 spells. That's great. That's a good thing.
There's probably
great
nothing
thing.
good at level 5, though, so...
No. Yeah, and I certainly didn't recently get access to a book that had some level 5 spells in it.
I'm not going back and looking at what those level 5 spells are. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was Zoud's book. I think the answer
Yep.
to that is all of them.
Oh, yep.
There's a lot of bad spells.
Great spells.
Amazing spells.
All right, who wants to go next?
I have nothing to offer, so I'll go. It'll be real quick, just a D10. Sticking with Gunslinger.
All right.
5.
I beat my 4.
Okay, 5 it is. At Gunslinger 6, all I get is an extra +1 to will saves. The end.
Terrible. All right, and how about Alwyn picking up that fourth
Helen
class?
is a
Mesmerist?
yeah. Helen took a level in Mesmerist to lower people's will saves even more. Actual class, he gets a D6 for, which I got a 4.
I got a 1.
Ooh, hey, that's twice as good as last time when I only got a 2 on my level up.
All right, anything good Alwyn gets?
Alwyn gets a level 3 sorcerer spell and a level 4 oracle spell And that might have been the first time I've said on camera his 2 original classes. But yeah, he gets one of each of those. He doesn't get anything from the classes themselves because he's not actually leveling them up. He's just leveling up his spellcasting ability. But yeah, he's got that. He's also got a couple new cantrips. And that's pretty much it for this level.
Sounds like a party. Well, morning eventually comes. It's the 24th of Rova. The choking tower is still where it was. Presumably Furcus is in there with a fresh new complement of spells for the day, ready to kill all of you.
Brixby, I don't know how he would necessarily know the moment that he wakes up. Maybe it's just like he cracks the spell book open and like the previously impenetrable runes of the level 5 spells start to swirl and make sense a la Ghostwriter. But he turns to his Azer friends and says,
If you'll wait here, in some day's time, tomorrow, perhaps the next, I've learned a magic. Believe that I can at least bring you to a forge. An incredible, brilliant light and a foundry. A whole town that sort of honors the tradition and art that you do, if you'd like.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, if you're willing, we'll hang out with the Blinky the butterfly over there, and wish you all good luck in the tower. If you're really going back.
We're going back. We promised this wonderful, beautiful creature that we would remove a blight from this forest, this planet. And to know that they just imprisoned you, one of many, for their careless whims, just redoubles our anger and our resolution to end Zhout.
Well, as we said, good luck to you in your travels. We hope you're able to put him to rest or get rid of him, or, get rid of him, really. Like, that's what the whole universe needs at this point.
and just by the merit of that, Brixby used his level 2, first level 2 spell of the day, to be like, "What's up, guys? I'll teleport you home." But then we'll also cast the normal suite of spells that happened. Before we go in, the mage armor, the shield extended, and the RMZ's focus.
Yeah, and Alwyn will also cast his mage armor, and he will cast the all of us delayed poison communal.
Bless.
Oh, and then I forgot I got 2 level 4 oracle spells, because oracles automatically get that level's healing spell, which means I have cure critical now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ooh.
That could be critical.
Boo.
No.
Also 3 more days
I
I can heal my dumb negative level.
Well, the tower is much as you left it only a few short hours ago. The trek up the stairs is long and boring at this point, so you've gotten used to all these stairs with their Orim Vorax holes and their dead bird hell monsters and fog remnants and all that good stuff. You're heading straight up to the 7th floor.
Wherever we're headed, I was going to say, I think before we all go in, Kira will stop everyone and be like, maybe as long as there are no traps or anything to check out, maybe I should go first, because, no offense, but I think I'm better at getting punched in the face. at least punched in the face lots of times. Looks pointedly at Asher and then very quickly away. Oh, look at this flower.
Wow.
Such an affectionate glance.
Well, I mean,
So friendly.
you know what? Fair. That's fair. You both on the other side of a door one time, and you never live it down.
It's kind of like how we're still
you
talking
Asher
about
the bridge
Brixby.
builder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Still talking about my face getting punched.
Yeah, remember that? We were
Yep.
so young.
Remember the only time that happened?
The
It's
one
the one
time.
singular time. Just really impressed itself on our memory and echoed through a series of similar. Anyway, we're upstairs.
Well, the 7th floor stairs, or the stairs to the 7th floor, empty out into an atrium, which straight ahead you see stairs that keep on going up. And then to the left of those stairs is a doorway, and then to your immediate left, right at the top of the stairs, is another doorway.
And this floor is the quasi-gaseous research floor with the passive aggressive, I'm not running a slaughterhouse or whatever here.
As far as the remaining labs go that you haven't been into, the next one on the list, Lab 6, is Technic Research. And then number 7 is Quasi-Gaseous Research, which is the one with the ominous 100 pounds of live animals a week. Then there's always Lab 8, Swarm Behavior Studies. Okay. And Lab 9, Smoke and Particle Research. Lab 0 is, you've already seen it, it's in the basement.
That's the one with the multi-factor authentication with nanites. Really true zero
Shibboleth.
trust.
So does that mean floor 7 is lab 6? Like, are they named? Was floor, because floor 1's like the lobby, or?
I mean, we had
Well, I mean,
the foyer.
three labs just on one floor at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 3rd floor had the
Yeah.
first 3 labs on it, the 4th
That's right.
floor had 2 labs on it.
Okay.
So,
Are
there hasn't
either of
been a
these
lab
doors...
before.
Oh, apologies. Are either of these doors labeled?
No label on either of these doors.
Do they have the sort of conventional airlock system that we've seen?
They just have the standard kind of bulkhead door.
Okay.
Do we want to just check out this first door as a team, and then Kira can go in first, as requested?
Deal.
Ruby Roo.
Ruby, Ruby, Roo.
Oh, what a waste of a 17 on the dice. Yeah, I aid.
I
Thanks.
also aid.
Alwyn?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
All right,
awesome.
so
I ate.
perfect. All right, that's an 11 off the die for a 29 plus 6 more, so that's a 35.
With that, the door appears to be neither locked nor trapped.
All right, does not appear locked nor trapped.
I want to kick it open. You're not. No one's in the way. It's fine.
Yeah, well, wait
Out of
as
the
you
way.
go through the HP and break DC of this bulkhead door. Remember when the intro when a giant couldn't get it open, and so he just ripped the handle off? He didn't try kicking it in.
Didn't
He
try
didn't.
kicking it in.
That was his downfall.
Okay, so then I guess we'll do a sort of a knob turn and then kick with a... just to reduce resistance there. It's really
Sorry, so,
awkward.
like unlock it and then just kind of kick it when it's basically...
Exactly.
And it opens.
Yeah.
She did it. Kira did it.
So strong.
Strong.
Opening up this door reveals a room with raw iron, spools of wire, and sturdy jars filled with colorful liquids lining the north and east walls. There's a balcony crossing the room from the northwest to the southeast, looking over the workshop below. And there's a large in the back corner, like a metal, iron and mithril swivel crane, like hanging over the edge of the balcony with a long boom arm that could reach all the way down, looks like, or basically anywhere in this room. It's long enough to extend. And then there's a door basically right on your left as you come in, and then the crane straight ahead.
So if we had come in here, we could have picked up the riot suppressor robots with the crane, is what you're saying.
You might have
Is
been
that-
able to.
Oh.
If you just run up the stairs.
Just a claw game. It's the best mini game in book 3 for sure.
It does cost 75 copper each try, though.
Did you want us to... I guess we could do a little searchy around the room. Or does it look like a very what you see is what you get in there?
I mean, there's a lot of crap hanging out in this room.
Love that. All right, let's search that crap, eh?
Rolling perception, that's a 9 on the die for a math is tough. Let's call it a 23. I'm just going to check that with my phone.
Natural 19 for a 17.
I'll never cease to be amused by Alwyn's negative perception modifier.
He's literally blind.
He notices nothing.
Got a 22 with a 4 off the die.
Well, I think mostly this looks like raw materials and kind of junk. But one thing you do notice is that the crane is suddenly swivels its boom around, and it almost kind of looks like it's aware of you. It almost kind of seems like you might want to roll for initiative.
No.
Wow.
Did you wait for me to finally drag my token into the room to do that?
Thanks, Fraser.
I got it.
Oh, that's a horrible initiative.
Is it better than the cranes?
It's the same, but I have a better bonus, so that's good.
Oops. I tried to give Asher a turn. It gave the crane a second turn. It still keeps giving the crane turns.
Cranes are there.
Oops, all cranes.
Oops, all cranes.
Stop sharing a square with the crane, Asher. All right, what did Alwyn get?
Alwyn rolled a 1 for a 7.
All right. Well, you kicked the crane's butt. Brixby.
Keeping the trend alive, a 1 for a 9.
Oh, a battle of titans. Kira.
10 for a 16.
Very speedy compared to everyone else. How about Asher?
Yeah, Kira's gonna win an 8 for a 13.
Standing in the crane. All right, Kira, you are first. The crane appears to be menacing as a crane can be.
Yeah, no, menacing for sure. I think
The exact amount.
in earlier days, Kira probably would have delayed and waited for her friends to sort of instruct on which direction to go. But new angry Kira sees this thing awaken and maybe try and take a swing at herself and her friends. She's going to smash it with a chainsaw, or, try to. So I'm going to 5-foot step forward, diagonally squarey, and rev up a chainsaw. That's a terrible 5 on the die, but I'm pretty sure it's still a... Oh, crap, I'm not raging. 22? 5 plus 17? Yeah. 22 hit crane.
It sounds like that'll hit the crane's flat-footed AC.
Haha!
Flat crane at AC.
Flat crane.
It has so much dex.
5, 17, and then also 22 points of damage, chainsaw damage at crane.
Weirdly, it does very little damage to this very, very hard crane.
Well,
Fraser
not-
doesn't mess around.
not raging, but I would like to take my second attack if possible.
All right.
Re-chainsawing. That's a little better. That's going to be 12 plus 14, 26.
That is enough to hit the crane.
All right, I'm going to use my other d6 now because that roll was terrible. That's better. Oh, all 6s. Yay. 18. Yep, 18 plus
Roll it.
17. Sorry. Which is 35. 35. Thanks, team. I also knew that by myself. But, you know,
All
it
right.
was helpful.
Once again, doesn't all go through, but at least it was a beefier hit.
And that is my turn, except for maybe to turn to Asher and say, hey, get out of the crane. And that'll be it.
Asher, who was
All right, Ash.
Leonardo DiCaprioing on the top of the basket of the King of the World, startled that this crane has come to life beneath him. No, he was just kind of walking around, about to look in boxes, and seeing as though this crane has not yet acted, there's no greater time to see if the hardness can be bypassed fully by adamantine or not. I'm going to go with probably not. But hey, let's do a full attack, rapid shot, deadly aim with the revolver full of adamantine rounds, and see if we can't, kill a crane?
They're a protected species.
I guess, I don't know this crane's touch AC. It could be surprisingly high.
Well, do you think that Asher, as a professional slinger of guns, is capable of shooting a large piece of construction equipment that cannot move?
Yes.
Because it's about that as hard as that would be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I said that and then I saw that my lowest was still like a 19, so I feel pretty good.
I don't know. His AC could be higher. Maybe he's in crane style.
Hey.
Monk jokes.
I have clustered shot, so I guess it's only for DR, never mind. Boop. Here comes damage. We've got 14 on the first, only 8 on the second, and 13 on the third. Those aren't adamantine rounds, so that goes through, 10 hardness?
That goes through 20 hardness, and those punch some solid holes right in the crane.
Nice. Right in the crane.
Right in the crane brain.
Oh, crazy insane. And then, seeing as though he has not yet moved, Asher will take a 5-foot step to the north. And that's his turn.
All right, Brixby. There's a
Brixby
crane.
would he'd like to start his turn. Knowledge crane, lore crane. I'm assuming it's a knowledge engineering.
That seems like a safe bet.
All right, that is a 19 for a 37.
Yeah, it's a crane. It appears to be an animated crane. It looks like Furcus did some work on this thing to make it actually have some very limited degree of awareness and capacity to fight. What would you like to know about this crane?
Oh, how many no's can I know?
What was your total again?
37.
That'll do 2. This is a unique creature, There's
Okay.
not a lot of living cranes out there.
All right. I guess first off, because it's so unique and weird, does it have some sort of weakness? Can I turn it off with craft mechanical? Does it have some sort of or is it just kind of like any other robot? So I guess the question is, does it have some sort of weakness, or is there a way to disable it?
And it looks like the only sort of weakness it has is the fact that it literally cannot move. It has no means of locomotion. There's nothing built in as a way to shut it down. It doesn't look like.
Okay, and I mean, we know this thing has 20 hardness on the table, so I was thinking special attacks, even though I really think we should all cheese it and get out of here as quickly as possible, because this thing can't run, and this doesn't appear to be blocking our entrance out or our exit out of this room. So yeah, let's do folks cool with special attacks unless someone needs to know like lowest saves or something?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Special attacks, please.
Well, it looks like the main thing that this crane has going for it is that boom arm, which looks like it can reach anywhere in the room. So it doesn't really have to move. It can reach you wherever you are, and it does have a claw on the end of it.
Okay, boom arm.
Can it
for
even get
gravitators.
people like around the corner where Alwyn is? How would that work? Does it have an elbow?
I think it's kind of like a weird orientation that it doesn't really thingery. Like it can kind of move on multiple axes.
Yeah, so
The
it's got like elbow
sprite that
joints in
I've
it.
grabbed
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
but it can go like
hmm
for everyone. Everyone knows what those sounds mean.
Yeah.
Those sounds mean hit Alwyn.
Wait, you mean to tell me that
Yep.
sprite is not the official sprite for one of these things?
Weirdly, Paizo did not provide a sprite for the animated crane.
That Tonka
I'm
truck is
disappointed
not
that-
the official Paizo sprite.
I'm disappointed that we didn't get to see the Wayne Reynolds covered in belts animated crane.
Yes, the Miracell sort of buckly doos. So I think Brixby's going to use his 5-6 words to say,
We should leave this room.
but knowing that his compatriots are not going to be able to do that before the crane goes, he's also going to use his standard action to fire off some scorching rays at it. It is in melee with Kira, so it's only +5, so that is this crane has true seeing, so that's only a 16 on the first one.
That'll hit.
Alrighty, and the second one, exact same thing. Okay, so do you want my, I guess, do you need my individual fire damage, sneak attack, fire damage, sneak attack? Is that the best way to do it?
I mean, if you want to do 2 sets of 8d6 or 9d6, is it now?
It's 8d6 for 2 of my rays, but we are up to 10d6 because I just got another, because it's 2 5s. So that is 31 fire damage and 42 sneak attack.
Wow, that's so many.
And then Brixby's going to use his remaining move action to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I did not say that I cast Disc this morning. I should have, so I'm going to hold myself to it, and I'm only going to move 20 feet. So he moves to the most northwestern corner of the room.
Alright, the crane looks very badly beat up.
All right.
Maybe we don't have to run. I stole some extra actions.
End of my turn.
Alwyn's up.
Alwyn, swift action, is going to pop out his wand of lightning bolt, just because it does look like this thing is on the ropes. And if we have to run, I think
It's
it can
actually
take
on
at
a
least one
swivel.
hit. There's probably a pulley in there somewhere. And he is going to step forward. Looks like I have to get 15 feet until I have a nice clear line of sight. Actually, I'm going to be firing directly into Kira, so instead he will do 20, 25 feet and then fire a lightning bolt at it. How's this immovable crane's reflex save, Sam?
Oh, you know it's delicious. A 12.
That is a fail.
There
That
you
is
go.
full damage for this 5d6, which is garbage. There's 1/6. That is 19 points of damage.
And the crane
Kick off another.
does a very dramatic, like Final Fantasy VI, escaping the Empire, like. And it never got to even grab anyone off the airship. And it
Yay.
explodes.
Bummer. I mean, I'm happy.
Kefka somewhere is very upset.
Feeling the crane pain.
The only person who hates sand more than Anakin Skywalker is Kefka. I have to wonder if Furcus didn't animate a crane just so that we'd waste resources on it, in which case, got me. But Asher will load 3 more adamantine rounds into the chamber and say, well, we did it, gang. We killed a crane. Shall we examine the door here towards the entrance before we check out the other door in the hallway?
So, like, none of our perception checks that preceded this combat resulted in anything except for the discovery of a semi-animate crane. Well,
Yeah.
fully animate.
Yeah, it looks like there wasn't really anything of interest in here other than the crane.
So how much work would it take for those Azers, once we drag them back up here, to melt this thing down so we can sell all that mithril?
In the meantime, Kira leaves a sticker that says, storks are better, and the R is just a letter R.
Nice.
As somebody that lives in Florida, I'm going to have to disagree with that, but I respect Kira's choices.
Appreciate it.
Sandhill Crane, and you look at a wood stork, and you tell me which of those two is a better bird.
Yes, so, sorry, yeah, not to divert from what Jeff was saying. I do think we should check that door to the north.
The one to the north or the first one you saw when you came in? Okay, the one to the north looks like one of those lab kind of airlock doors. So, and that is labeled Lab 6, Technic Research.
Oh, animating things, maybe. Asher aids thanks to that extra perception point at level 10. Ho, ho, ho.
Kira aids.
No aid from Elowen.
All right, that is a 39 with 2 8s.
All right, it looks like it is neither locked nor trapped.
Just regular
Do you
open this
still-
one.
All right, yeah.
I was trying to gauge if you wanted to kick, and I was going to give you space to kick.
Oh, no, and I appreciate it. But no. Kira's matured in the last 3 minutes.
Teenagers.
That
Yeah,
experience
so
with that experience with the crane really taught her
Really,
something
it's really
about
sobered her, yeah.
hitting inanimate objects and how good it is generally as a policy.
It's just okay. Yeah, open the door.
It reveals a kind of quarter circle shaped airlock room with the requisite second door with a window in it at the end.
All right, I'll give Rick some room to Scooby it.
Oh, do we see anything through the door? I'm also going to cast my disc now that we're out of combat.
Looking through this door, you see a room that has been like whitewashed. And there is a table with a largely disassembled gearsman on it. It looks like the legs are intact, but the arms have been taken off, and the head has been sort of taken down to its requisite parts, and the eye is like out and on the table next to it, and all that good stuff. And it looks like there is a door in the far back of that room too.
Yeah, if you want to Scooby it, we can Scooby it again. Been feeling like these doors generally aren't very trapped. Seems like the danger's inside.
Aid.
Aid.
Using in here does not aid.
All right, that is 34 this time.
Also doesn't seem to be trapped.
Can I actually fit in there with everyone?
There are 3 squares in there, or at least
Is there a
parts of
third
3
square?
squares.
It doesn't. Oh, okay, there it goes. It wasn't letting me stand on that square at first. Now I
So
can.
you can cram yourselves horribly into this tiny little space.
Yeah.
And we don't hear anything on the other side of the door. We just
Don't.
see a disassembled. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's it. Looks like there's just a disassembled robot in there.
Yeah, popping it open, you basically see what I've already described to you. Somebody was taking apart a gearsman, looking at what makes him tick. The circuitry of the gearsman, like from its head and torso, has been piled up on the edge of the desk. Looks like it's in pretty good shape, and there's all sorts of like little tools for this really intense precision work everywhere, also on that desk. And then there's a door in the back.
So, like, we can make this our own, like, assassin robot, right?
Yeah, we can
I
rebuild
don't
it.
think you could, but were you to have the requisite technological item creation feats, you could use this as a military lab.
Whoa.
You know, like making laser guns and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask, when you said the like, tools look nice for precision work, is that your way of saying they're like masterwork artisans tools or something, or is that just kind of going along with the lab level of the whole situation?
It looks like they are a set of high-quality precision tools, which I don't think is really a Pathfinder item, but they're worth 500 gold.
Ooh.
Put it in the bag.
And then the sky metal circuitry that has been lovingly extracted looks like it's worth another 230-ish gold.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Shall we check out this door back here?
Let's check it out.
Asher aids.
Here are aids.
Valwyn?
This good. Oh, I actually ate. That's a 17 on the die.
All right. That is a 44.
The door seems neither locked nor trapped with that 44.
Do we perceive anything else with that exceptional roll about the
That is a
DC 45?
nice door.
Yeah, sadly, DC 45 to notice that there's just poison everywhere.
Oh, speaking of which, activate the mask. Asher will spend the standard.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Let's do that. Let's kick those
I'll do
bad
that
boys
too.
on.
Whew.
A filter mask charge.
And once everyone has that mask on, go ahead and pop that door open.
Sash reset.
Popping open the door. So opening up this room, I think as you open it, we want to roll things over just a little bit with that 44 perception check. Brixby, as this door opens, you see the upper halves of 8 metal creatures hanging from hooks that are built into the ceiling in this narrow room. And there are wires trailing from their torsos like mechanical viscera. And those wires, it looks like they're actually all hooked together. Someone has kind of wired these things together, and Brixby has had enough experience with Furcus Joud's particular brand of trickery to know a trap when he sees one. It looks like these robots will absolutely do something if you get too close to them.
Let's stay out of this room. There's these robots. It's a Xiphus thing. Remember that whole thing that we forgot about when we walked into the Xiphus shrine? We should really just take this moment to get out.
Yeah, do we
Big
want
stuff.
to... You want to, like, mage hand something in there while we're all, like, 2 rooms away or something?
I'm going to just detect Madge from the doorway at first to see if there's anything magic in the room.
There's definitely something magic in there.
Is it like the robots? I'm going to keep holding it.
There's something hanging on a hook at the far southern end of the room. And I think as you're sort of taking a minute to look at things, you've got plenty of perception to see. There is a nanite cocoon near the southern wall as well.
Of course there is.
Oh,
Well, I do have Mage Hand. And that does go
it-
very far, right? It's 25, but so that's it's 50 feet that I can go with the Mage Hand. And I can hold up to 5 pounds, though. So it's depending on how heavy those.
Yeah, I was going to
Shoot it
say,
off
if
the
Kira
wall.
switches places, Asher can try and shoot it off the wall, and then he could
then
always
pick it up.
go to the other side of the wall in the crane room, boof in, grab the cocoon, boof out, and try not to get devoured by the Robohydra.
I mean, there is another option, I believe. Let me just double check that I have this scroll. Oh my god. You are just a big spreadsheet. Why do you take
Lone
so much
wolf,
energy to
everybody.
run? It's all you are.
have to
It's
pay
just-
for every month.
well, not this one. All right. Well, I do have this scroll. Thank goodness. So Brixby's going to pull out a scroll. And it's going to say,
Yeah, Asher, if you want to,
what level did I write this at? I'll just assume it's like 6 or something. But yeah, he pulls out a scroll that has a bit of string and a piece of wood attached to it. And he's like,
yeah, if you want to shoot it down, I'm just going to do this thing over here.
Okay. Yeah, if Kira would scoot from in front of the doorway, Asher will get a clear line against the cocoon. And do I need to roll to hit it?
Yeah, I'm scooted.
Or is it an unattended?
I guess it's unattended, yeah. So I think we've established you can just patwang it off the wall.
As I recall,
Yeah, 'cause it's
Patwang.
under the weight limit of what he can hit.
All right, whatever's magical in there is still hanging out, though. But Asher does shoot the cocoon off the wall.
and all right. Well, Brixby is casting, and he is going to finish with his scroll, and there will be something that no one sees, but boy, are they here to serve us. Got an unseen servant here. So before the unseen servant goes in, does it look like I could mage hand the magic item that's in there?
Let me see how much this magic item weighs, because Brixby is able to fix his eyes on what looks like a weird little drum hanging on a hook on the back wall. And, yeah, it's 5 pounds. It's 5 pounds exactly.
Oh, one non-magical object.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was just
I'm
looking up. If,
holding myself to it.
Yeah.
So
Hey, all right, buddy. Look, I want you to run in there. I want you to grab that thing on the ground, and I want you to run out. And if it all goes well, I'm going to probably send you back in there again. Actually, no, I don't want you to throw anything at us. Yeah, just go in there and get it, and good luck. Good luck.
and then my unseen servant walks into the room to go pick it up.
And I don't think that these hanging robot torsos in their rather grisly display that they are really detect this basically bodiless, only semi-existent
yeah,
thing.
it says it's shapeless.
Walk right in there and grab some stuff off the ground.
So if it can bring the cocoon out, then I'm going to send it back in and see if it can get that drum.
All right. And yeah, it's able to complete a second.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the thing now. I think it should still be good. Is this trap triggered by like weight on it or anything?
No.
Okay, it's got a thing in the reading of Unseen Servant. It
Yeah,
can
that's the point of it. Yeah, going all the way back to like AD&D. That is what if you don't have a rogue, you cast an unseen servant and make it walk into all of your traps.
Yeah, it
and then you
does
cast it
trigger
again and
traps,
again.
but it only exerts 20 pounds of force, which is not enough to activate pressure plates or other devices related to weight. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to get through scot-free.
All right, I'm gonna Maybe roll a spellcraft on the old drummo. That's a nat 1 from Bribbo for an 18.
Oh, looks like a little weird hand drum. Kind of gross.
It's kind of gross. What do you think this is, Halloween?
I
But Kira, do you
wait,
also
I think I
spellcraft?
have- Oh yeah, I have a crazy high spellcraft. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I have like a musical instruments thing too. That is, oh my god, that is a 36 spellcraft.
Well, maybe Alwyn had one of these before. I would not be surprised. You're looking at a Nuglub skin drum. These are a variety of small hand drums that have pitted metal frames with dark skin bearing furry patches or rough scales stretched across it. The flaws in the drum's skin render it difficult to play, imposing a -4 penalty on any percussion checks or perform percussion checks. Though undesirable as a musical instrument, gremlin skin drums are icons of ill luck and prized by followers of Xiphus. These drums are usually planted in areas to encourage misfortune. As a standard action, a user can activate a gremlin skin drum by setting it down and beating it 3 times. Once activated, it will continuously target all creatures within 30 feet until the drum is picked up or moved, at which point the effect ends. It can be activated up to 5 times before it becomes a non-magical drum. This particular type of drum, as said before, is a Nuglub skin drum, which is dotted with tufts of long, oily hair. Any creature that is tripped within 30 feet of the drum takes 1d6 points of non-lethal damage as the fall becomes extra painful.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, he'll look at this and he'll go, I think I've seen things sort of like this before when we used to do rituals in the colony. Not this one exactly. The part you beat on is different, but they cause misfortune around them. And if I had to guess, this one, I think maybe if you trip while someone's playing it, it makes it hurt you much more than normal.
Well, this is a very odd item, but I could... I'm wondering if that plus, and then reaches back and points at the crazy robot Robo King situation, Robo Rat King, as Jero said in the chat. I'm wondering if that maybe trips you and this makes it worse. But, yeah. Gross. Maybe throw it in the bag.
Kira takes it so gingerly, like between 2 fingers.
You pick it up by one of the hairs growing out of it.
Gross.
Yeah, and it gets in there and it touches all your stuff and it's super gross and
Gets
then
all
I
over the
go to
goo
bed.
tubes, and now they're
And also, as she
inedible.
drops it in, it happens to bang against 3 different things and activate. Now we have to be very careful walking down the stairs.
All right, well, I'm going to bed.
Night, Sam.
Good night,
Night,
creepy
Sam.
gremlin skin drum.
Good night, Sam, and the creepy gremlin skin drum that I can say out loud. Oh, man, I just totally biffed that.
That's going to be great for the
Good night,
fading
all.
out of the music.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Open source, more like open sores. Yeah, sorry, that was really gross. That's a terrible blooper. We'll keep it in.
Can you hear me now? No? But
Hi. Hello. He is being so needy
Kings.
today.
Yay.
can you hear me
Got
now?
fans. Yes.
Oh, weird. All right.
Weird,
I'll start
weird,
doing it
weird.
again.
Take 3.
Weird all the way
Take
down.
3.
I record
Weird
again.
all the way down.
Right.
Waveforms look odd.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder. Welcome back to Pot
That's
Against
it.
I was muted. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just gone from my computer, missed everything you said. Can you say that again?
I have something wrong here. What is that? Hold on.
Aw, she's so
Is that
bad.
that's a second Kira?
We're fighting Kira.
Oh, that's just Kira. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
probably
like,
the
why
worst
is
thing
this-
you could throw at us in here.
Now
honestly.
Here.
it's Final Fantasy IV.
I confused myself.
She has to fight herself to become a paladin.
Mm.
Probably.